To the Friday, November 4th episode of Morning Coffee and Chat. Going to get everything linked in here together. That way I going to get everything linked in here together. That way I can read the chat. There's that. And there's that. Throw a little love up there. Oh, look, I'm pixelating. There we go. We go on and get that up there. And we'll share it out on Facebook. Good morning, Rusty. Good morning, Tony. Good to see you. Hope you guys are doing well. We'll push that back just a hair. Oh, goodness gracious. I cannot believe it is the 4th of November already. Where the hell did our year go? Good morning, Tony. Morning, Justin. Good to see you, bud. You know, it's funny. It seems like when you were younger, the years lasted forever. When you get a little older, it just, yeah, into the past. That's right. Hey, Jan, good to see you. Hope you guys are enjoying Tennessee. So my wife bought me a new Amazon pad, a new one, doing a lot of live stream chatting. That's weird. Well, Jan and Jay guys have been in Tennessee now for 3 days, down in Gatlinburg. Had a chance to talk to her for a little bit yesterday, and so far they've not got attacked by bears. So, I mean, that's a good thing. It will let me 3D a photo. Hmm. That's that's just weird that the new tablets don't let you live chat. So my daughter's tablet's only a year old, and she can live chat on there. So, morning, Jay. We're going to the mountains today, so we're not counting out bear. Hey, just remember what I said about finding a baby bear. I will gladly take one. Um, I mean, even a baby bear, hell, they come out the size of Ralph. So, I mean, a month of growing is going to be bigger than him anyway. So, got a 44 Magnum. It's the number one complaint. Wow. Yeah, I had no clue. I had absolutely no clue that the new tablets didn't let you do that. I mean, they're supposed to be getting more and more advanced, but how advanced is it really when it allows you to do these really, really cool things, but doesn't let you do the common everyday things people like to do? Yeah, even this little fire, this little Kindle Fire that I use to do the trivia and stuff like that, it allows you to live chat. That's just weird. That's just really weird to me. Get comfortable here. Been sitting in here since about 3 o'clock again. Woke up wide-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning, ready to start the day. Realized it was only 15 minutes after 1 and decided, nope, I'm going back to bed. And 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 then I woke up at 3 and it's like, well, crap. Well, unfortunately, we're not allowed to kill the bear. It's a shame too. I'd love to have another bear hide. I gifted mine to a couple that were getting married years ago, and then when I got married, I never heard from them. There you go. There you go, Tony. There you go. The magnum is not to shoot the bear, it's to shoot Jay to ensure you can outrun him. Just remember, when you're being chased by a bear, you don't got to be the fastest. You just got to be faster than the people with you. Oh, man. Well, guys, I thought I had a guest set up for tonight, but unfortunately, they haven't got back with me yet. They were going to talk to some other members of their crew, and I was going to have multiple guests. And apparently, they either forgot or, um, yeah. But I'll try to get a hold of them again today and see if we can get it worked out. I'm going to try to start having guests on every Friday night that we're able to go live. Like in Walking Dead, throw one to the crowd. There you go. You can put Run Drew here. You just be careful, Justin. Don't forget I know where you live. I don't know. Drew's still pretty quick. I look real funny running with my knee, but I'm still pretty quick. Oh. We're bear smart, so I think we can manage, unlike our daughter who came nose to nose with a four. Yeah, I remember that video. Came nose to nose with that bear walking down the trail in front of you. Good morning, Santee. Hope you're doing well. Hey, I've been looking for that live stream online, waiting for it to pop up that you did with Taryn the other night, because I had company here, so I didn't get a chance to watch it. But I've been looking for it, and it's not popped up. So I guess I'm going to have to go uh, over to her channel and see if it's posted on there. Because I wanted to see that, but Wookie and KG showed up, and they were here to a little after 9, so I didn't get a chance to watch it. Is it in a live tab? Okay. I'm still getting used to the different tabs. I'm still trying to get used to all the changes they've made the last couple weeks to the platform, and yeah, I got a I've got some videos and stuff from Mark yesterday, last night. They were driving down the road, down there, I guess not very far outside Albuquerque, and there's snow blowing across the road, and the just a nice thick foggy cloud bank over the tops of the mountains and stuff like that. He sent me two pictures and two little video clips, and it said we're getting snow. Looks like you should have stayed in the Midwest. I don't know if they're no, they're not in Arizona yet. I don't think. I think they're still in New Mexico. But yeah, it was snowing down there. It's like, damn it, we left the Midwest so we didn't have to put up with this stuff. Now it's snowing down here in the Southwest. Oh, are they in Arizona? Okay. He didn't tell me exactly where they were, so I know it was a lot of really flat land with some mountains in the distance, and that's all I know. 1646, Massachusetts uses death penalty for denying that Holy Bible is God's Word. Wow. Can anybody say overkill? Once they get down here, it'll be 70s. Go figure, we're supposed to be up at like 61 today, so this is definitely not your normal November. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Too so much for the whole Judge Not thing. 1841, first wagon train arrives in California after a 5.5 month and 1,730-mile journey over the Sierra Nevada from Missouri. You know, they changed up, I guess, what they were saying about winter this year here in the Midwest. For those of you that don't live in the Midwest, um, good for you. You're going to be lucky this year. They're talking about the mother in law was watching the weather the other night, and the weatherman is saying now that this year's winter could be comparable to 78. Honest to God, they are talking about a possible another 1978 winter. So for those of you that live outside the Midwest, good looking ahead. For those of us that live in the Midwest, what the hell were we thinking? 1845, first nationally observed uniform election day in the United States, first Tuesday after the first Monday of November. I'm getting a leg up here. 1846, American inventor Benjamin Palmer from Meredith, New Hampshire, patents the artificial leg. Getting a leg up. I got it. Must be nothing happened that time, or it went into a vortex. Who knows? Well, I put a little. Yeah, Tony, I normally do too. I normally do too. But the last time Yeah, and I mean, you and I, Rusty, we all been around long enough to know that when the National Weather Service and the Farmer's Almanac completely agree, you're in for some trouble. The last time they did it for our area was like 9 years ago. We had over 6 feet of snow. The Farmer's Almanac, National Weather Service both agreed in 78. And now they're agreeing this year that it is going to be hell on earth. Well, it's going to be a frozen hell on earth. Let me see here. 1954, lighthouse built on Alcatraz Island, San Francisco Bay. Yeah, they are wrong more often than not. 1856, James Buchanan elected 15th President of the United States. 1861, University of Washington, founded in Seattle. I don't like that glare back there, guys. Hold on. There, that's a little better. They're at about 60%. 1862, American inventor Richard Jordan Gatlin patents the hand crank Gatlin machine gun in Indianapolis. Very cool. I did not know that it was patented in Indianapolis. Dr. Gatlin. Who thought it would save lives? It was a game changer, that's for sure. If I think if I remember correctly, reading the story, the 7th Cavalry had 3 of them, and since Custer wanted to ride on ahead of the wagon train and do his scouting and everything, they left all 3 Gatling guns behind. They didn't arrive until after the battle was over. If those Gatling guns were on the greasy grass at that time, that battle may have turned out a lot different. That storm in 78 was my first major snow that I drove in my 74 Chevy Band. Whew. 1864, Battle of Reynoldsburg Island near Johnsonville, Tennessee. Confederate troops bombard Union supplies and fleet, destroying 4 gunboats. I saw a mini Gatling gun in a store yesterday. Got kind of moist, drooled, fondled it a bit. He thought that no army would want to face that tremendous firepower. I was driving a 73 Pontiac. 1864, Confederate assault on Johnsonville, Tennessee. Yay, Tennessee. In case y'all can't tell, Jan is a Vols fan, so. But I got to admit, I kind of sort of am too. This is Native American Heritage Month. That just come across my my email. Native American Heritage Month. Quite honestly, mini Gatling gun, very cool. But you want to see something and have some fun with it. Get yourself out to an event sometime, like a Civil War event or something. There's a lot of guys that carry those things. They set them up. They set them up with blanks. I got to see one in operation 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and all weekend long, that's all you heard was tick 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 tick. They were letting kids stand up on this box and crank it. There's a lot of happy little boys. 1867, 90 kegs of powder used to get rock from Telegraph Hill, San Francisco for the seawall. Getting a lot of posts on my Facebook from Native Americans I follow. Very cool. Go Georgia. Nope, go Tennessee. Yeah, this weekend, the Vols face Georgia. There's going to be a fight, but the Vols are going to take it. You watch. 1873, dentist John Beers of San Francisco patents the gold crown. 1874, Samuel J. Tilden, elected governor of New York. Hey, John, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well today. I got to fire Gatling gun Civil War reenactment. They're nice. I'll tell you what, if I was a wealthy man, when they had that mini Gatling gun up here at our hardware store a couple years ago, I'd have that little booger right now. I think it was $2,500 or something like that. The whole thing wasn't 2 foot long, but I'd had it. In 1875, Massachusetts Rifle Association is founded in Boston. So I believe they have to be on their A game. Oh yeah, they can't slack. That's for sure. They cannot slack. Not against Georgia. Never been more scared to play Tennessee in a few weeks. 1875, passenger steamboat Pacific collides with sailing vessel Orpheus off Cape Flattery, Washington. 236 die. All right, I can't take any more of those. I got to smoke my last cigar here in a little bit. Things are like smoking a piece of metal pipe. Hey, Brooklyn. Good to see you, sweetie. Hope you're doing well. Nope, I'm South Carolina fan, but they are on my schedule. There you go. Smithsonian Channel is doing a show right now on Aerial America called Roadside Attractions. A lot of great aerial footage of Gettysburg. Very cool. I may have to look into Smithsonian Channel when we're done here. 1879, African American inventor Thomas Elkins patents the refrigerating apparatus. Really? Ferris, good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. Happy Friday. 1879, James Ritty patents first cash register to combat stealing by bartenders in his saloon in Dayton, Ohio. So, Ferris, heard y'all didn't have any trick or treaters this year. What was up with that? Was y'all taking my advice and sitting out front scaring little kids? They dropped their candy and ran away. Of course, you guys know we were at the hospital. Trick or treating started at 6 o'clock here, and we got the call at 5:15 that the daughter-in-law was going into labor. So we took off bawling to the hospital, and we were there Monday night, and we were there Tuesday night, and the wife went over on Wednesday and came back home, and it wasn't an hour later, got the call that the baby was a coming. They went to check her dilation, and the head was already protruding. So we flew back over there and sat in the waiting room and waited and waited and waited and waited until the little stinker finally came into the world at 5:17. 5:17? 6:17. 5:17, I think. First refrigerated trailer was nothing more than a fan in the nose of the trailer blowing across ice. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Well, thank you, John. I appreciate that. 1884, Grover Cleveland beats James Blaine. First presidential term. Only American president served 2 non-consecutive terms. What I'm going to give out next year. Kids are getting greedy. Yep. 1901, Clyde Fitch's play Way of the World premieres in New York City. Good morning, Sean. Good to see you. Happy Friday to you, bud. 1904, first stadium built specifically for football, Harvard Stadium. 1908, Brooklyn Academy of Music opens in New York City. I'm on the set of a Western tonight. I was told it is a wedding sequence and a dress in earth tones. Guess I can't wear white. Well, it just depends on where on the earth you are. If you're somewhere that has a winter, white is very appropriate. 1914, Vogue holds first model show, Fashion Fete, New York City. I try to have a good thought once in a while. Just point out those high peaks. Now, are you back out at Mescal, Santee? Morning news said that the bill to do away with time change is on hold. Wow. Yeah, because we're getting ready to change, I think, in 3 days. Yeah, 3 days, I think we fall back an hour. So, yeah, it's doubtful. Even if it did pass, it probably wouldn't go into effect till next year. So, Mescal, man, I'll tell you what, I'm so proud of those guys for the work they've done out there and stuff. That's crazy. just to think that, 2 years ago that poor place was in such disarray and everything, and all the hard work that everybody's put into it to make it nice again. That company coming in to buy it, and look, 2 weeks in a row, you've been out there, two different movies being filmed. It's good to see it getting used again. "1924, California legalizes professional boxing. Illegal since 1914. 1924, Calvin Coolidge is elected a full term as President of the United States, defeating Democratic candidate John W. Davis. 1924, Miriam Mall Ferguson, one of the first two women elected as U.S. Governor of Texas. Nellie Taylor Ross of Wyoming was another. 1924, there we go. Nellie Taylor Ross, one of the first two women elected as U.S. Governor, Wyoming. That's looking good. Every film that comes out adds something to the set, paint, repair, signs, etc. Oh, yeah. Yep, I'm still very much looking forward to getting out there and actually seeing the place. That would be just so cool. 1928, American gangster Arnold Rothstein is shot at a business meeting for reputedly refusing to pay gambling debts. So now Miss Santy's becoming a movie icon. Cool that he remembers. Yeah, I know. That's what I told him. I told him with all these movies he's being in, he can actually quit the full-time job working for somebody else and just become a movie legend. 1929, John L. Balderston's play Berkeley Square, starring Leslie Howard, premieres in New York City. And I don't know about you guys personally, but one of my favorite things to do is when Santee gives me the heads up that he's in a film, I'll always watch the film and just see if I can spot him or Dan or Eddie or somebody else that, I've ran across since meeting Santee. Five Mile Cave, that was pretty easy. All I had to do was look for the mustache, that dusty old hat, and a great big shit-eating grin amongst a pack of, well, cowboys, getting rounded up for a posse. So, I don't know. I'm waiting for the next ones to come up. Yeah, I'm a background actor just making the set look pretty. That's what you're there for. Hey, cool, look. Oh, sorry, guys. Down the hall, take a left at the next corridor. Third door on the right. Third door on the right. That's the handicap sex room thing. I don't know. 1933, Young Park in the Bronx, named in honor of James Young. Santee had a big hand in 5 Mile Cave. A big hand, and sadly enough, only about a 5-second part. Kind of irked me. But I seen Dan, and I seen Eddie, and I seen some other fellers in there too, so. 1939, first air-conditioned automobile, the Packard, exhibited in Chicago, Illinois. 1939, U.S. allows cash and carry arms sales during World War II. 1946, Park Avenue opens at Schubert Theater, New York City for 72 performances. 1946, United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, is formed. Man, I had to go in and raid the wife's coffee beans this morning. This is probably the worst pot of coffee I've ever had in my entire life. I ran out of coffee yesterday and I told her, but we didn't do anything yesterday. So I got up this morning and went in and raided her blonde beans. Not yummy. Not yummy. Let me see here. 1948, American humorist Will Rogers commemorated by U.S. Postage Service on a 3-cent stamp. 1948, American-born British poet T.S. Eliot wins Nobel Prize for Literature. Will Rogers was amazing. And that's what she's got too, is Starbucks beans. It's the only company around. Our Bigby coffee we have here in town sells beans by the bag, but they don't sell her blonde beans for her espresso that she makes, her iced coffee shit. So that now you guys know what my day is gonna be like. Shitty coffee and shitty cigarettes. It's the end of the year. Hey John, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Sent by Brooklyn. Yep, Brooklyn's my sweetie, so you are more than welcome, bud. Welcome to the family. 1949, One Man's Family premieres on TV in the U.S. after running as a radio show since 1932. 1950, barrier closes at Broadhurst Theater, New York City after 4 performances. 4 performances. Must have sucked. 1950, Console closes at Barrymore Theater, New York City after 269 performances. Didn't suck as bad. I know Brooklyn chick can't stay long, just having coffee, then heading out. 1952, Republican candidate Dwight D. Eisenhower is elected President of the United States, defeating Democratic candidate Adai Stevenson. 1954, Fanny opens at Majestic Theater, New York City for 888 performances. Barely sucked, much better. Yes, my love. Are you getting ready to... Oh, your leg thingies.
They're called pants, yeah.
Yeah, pants don't normally have tie straps on them unless you're a ninja. And, well, you're not a ninja.
You're tying a bow in the front, remember?
Oh, piddle shit.
I wish you weren't doing it wrong, too, but you are.
I don't think it matters where the
It
bow
does to
goes.
me. I want the bow in the front.
Bow.
Ralph be chasing me all the way in here.
Yeah, because you got these little strappy
They were
things
dragging.
down here on your ankles.
Yeah, they were dragging.
I'll catch up, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That one's tighter.
About it, dark roast Colombian coffee. You suck, Tony, with your dark roast Colombian coffee. 1958, Democrats win U.S. congressional election. In the car headed out, Jay will be having his phone on. Cool. She did what to your boner? Huh? No, one of the pairs of pants that the big sexy manager out at the casino. Now she went out and got herself some new pants and stuff because she had no business outfits. And one of the pairs of pants she's got have these tie straps on the ankles. So I guess she was walking in here. The cat was going nuts chasing her, and I for some reason she can't wrap them right and tie the bows, but I can. So I got bow duty whenever she wears them. 1961, American folk singer songwriter Bob Dylan makes his Carnegie Hall, New York City debut. Tickets priced at $2. 1962, U.S. performs atmospheric nuclear test at Johnson Island. 1965, Lee Breedlove sets female land speed record, 308.56 miles per hour. Looks like the Salt Flats in Utah. 1968, Wichita Lineman, 12th album by Glenn Campbell, is released. Billboard Album of the Year, 1969. Damn fast broomstick. Damn fast broomstick, 308 mile an hour. (1968) WRDU, now WPTF TV channel 28 in Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. First broadcast. 1968 WTOG TV 44 in St. Petersburg, Tampa, Florida. Also broadcast for the first time on Today. (1970) Jeannie, a 13-year-old feral child found in Los Angeles, California, having been locked in her bedroom by her father for most of her life. Wow. That is sad. (1973) Mark Meadoff's When You Come Back, Red Ryder premieres in New York City. You know, it's really sad. I was watching a show with the wife last night. Oh, I know what it was. It was one of the newest Ghost Adventures episodes, about a house that sits just below the house that was originally used in the original house on Haunted Hill. And I guess the little girl was pretty much held a prisoner. They actually put a cage on her balcony, on the outside of the house, off the back of the house where no one could see it. But I guess she was held prisoner by her father, who was a doctor. For what reason, we don't know. There was rumors that he was abusing her and everything else, but that's very weird. It's right about the same. No, I guess it was a little bit. 1970. Yeah, it was about 15 years before that people found out about her. 1980, Republican candidate Ronald Reagan is elected President of the United States, defeating incumbent Democratic U.S. President Jimmy Carter by a landslide, because people could only handle so much of his smile. grew up a peanut farmer. What the hell? Just goes to prove that anybody can become anything in this country when you grow up a peanut farmer and become president of the United States. Yeah, Jimmy Carter, the Peanut Man. We might be having an investigation tomorrow night, guys. I don't know for sure yet. It will be a home investigation. Gentleman approached Danny and I a couple months ago and said that he has got a house that is infested with problems. When he lived out in the country, that house was also infested with problems. So this could be a follower. But I'm going to go over and talk to him this morning and see if he's interested in having that investigation done this weekend. I got to let Lisa know. I contacted her the first of the week, but she has been so busy she didn't even see her messages. She got back to me last night and told me definitely check on it. So hopefully tomorrow night will be an investigation. Reagan was the last good Democrat that could run for president. And now the best you get is Bonzo. Yup. Or a movie actor to become a president. Yeah. 1981, Beth Henley's Crimes of the Heart premieres in New York City. 1981, Columbia shuttle launch scrubbed with 31 seconds remaining. 1981, Dr. George Nikolopoulos is acquitted of overprescribing addictive drugs to Elvis Presley. 1983, Warner Brothers Records releases Hearts and Bones, the sixth solo studio album of American singer-songwriter Paul Simon. In 1987, Lisa Steinberg battered into coma by her adoptive father, Joel. (1990) Buddy, the Buddy Holly story opens at Schubert Theater, New York City, runs for 225 performances. (1993) Timon of Athens opens at Lyceum Theater, New York City for 37 performances. Apparently Timon wasn't that interesting. 1994, San Francisco, first conference that focuses exclusively on the subject of the commercial potential of World Wide Web. And look at it now. I'm surprised more libraries aren't closing down because of it. Told the daughter the other day to go to her school library and to find books on. They don't use textbooks anymore. our school system, everything is pretty much, I think she has one class out of 6 that uses textbooks. And because I had told her to look ahead to the next chapter in her book, find out what they were going to be studying, and to go to the library. And she said no one ever goes to the library. She said they don't even have library time there anymore in her school. So that's just a big room that's pretty much always locked and dark. I find our selections for moments in history curious. I'll be coming to Michigan next Tuesday for the day, hoping to meet up with Rob, but we'll be in Michigan regardless. Very cool. Very cool, Sean. Hope you and Rob could jog up together and go do something. 2008, Barack Obama becomes the first African American to be elected president of the United States, defeating Republican candidate John McCain. 2014, the U.S. votes in midterm elections. Republicans retain the House and regain the Senate. 2014, Tim Scott becomes the first African American senator in the South since the Reconstruction. I got to out soon. Glad to meet you. You too, John. You too. You're part of the family now. You've been here once, so you're welcome back anytime. 2015, Katy Perry is the highest paid musician of the year, earning $135 million, according to Forbes magazine. Awesome. Awesome. Like I said, welcome to the family. 2019, largest mass commutation in U.S. history, when 462 nonviolent inmates freed from Oklahoma prisons as part of the state prison reform. And that's all. Thank you, Rusty, for another good day in history. There was some pretty interesting stuff there. Thank you, Brooke. I appreciate that. I try. I try, to always be, good people. There's so few of them out there today. Sometimes that's all we got to leave behind is how good we were. Well, my nose is telling me I'm going to have company today. Wish my nose and my palms were itching. That means the company's going to be bringing money, but take what you can get. Like Blaine says, you take what you can get when you're spinning and winning. Yeah, I was trying Monday. I was going to try to get on to Super Dave's chat and hang out with him and his crew for a little bit. And of course, everything happened that evening. Didn't get a chance to do it. Didn't get notified of his chat. Haven't seen him back on since. So hopefully sometime here real soon. we'll have another blow up of new family members. Good morning, Ty. Morning from Insanityville. I bet. Pulling my hair out in Insanityville. Hope you're doing good this morning, Ty. Well, besides, losing your mind and stuff like that. I was trying to get KG to live stream from the living room the other night when they were here, but she didn't have very good reception, so that didn't work out. Take the last train to Clarksville and I'll meet you at the station. Na, 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 na. Events from Halloween have me feeling mentally ill and effed up. Events from Halloween. Yeah, it was a very interesting Halloween. That's for sure. You can be there by 4:30. Everybody keeps asking me what it's like to be a granddad, and I'm like, psst, the hero's my 11th, so. And she's the one you need to ask what it's like to be a brand new grandparent, because this is her first blood grandchild, but I've given her 10 by marriage. Out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna give me some love.
Grandma's clothes are on the couch. I tried to call Rite Aid like 3 times, and it just rings and rings and rings. So you're gonna have to keep calling today, and then I'll send you the. You have to just tell them her birthday.
Okay.
She needs her inhaler, but I'll send you the stuff.
All right, baby.
Love you.
Love you too. Have a good day, honey.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, now I have to admit, the one really cool thing about having this new granddaughter is that she lives so much closer. I'll be able to see her more than I see my other ones that are over 3 hours away. So I am very happy about that. I'm very happy that I'm going to actually get to spend time with this one. Spoil the shit out of them and send them home. Exactly. You have to go back to court on the 18th for contempt. How the hell did you contempt? You've been doing everything by the book. How the hell did you contempt? Ah, okay. All right. I start to say, dang, don't do that to me, dude. You had me about that far from freaking out that they were going to hit you with some kind of trumped up BS. Yeah, we knew she was going to contempt. She was given 2 days from the day you guys left court to go take the hair follicle test and to sign the papers from the court, and she's not done either. So we know why, but come on, it's not like it's a big surprise. Maybe maybe they'll finally have their end of her horsing around, and she'll get to see the inside of an iron stockade for a while. Oh, interesting. Interesting. You know, it's a shame the poor boy lives with her. You call him up as a hostile witness. But you know good and well that the court sends papers out to him to appear as a witness. She's going to make his life 7 barrels of hell until that court date. So, yep, that'll never work. I probably would. I probably would. Well, you know, you can always give me a call here in a little bit and fill me in. My daughter just got full custody of her 2 stepsons last week. Very cool. And her husband. So she got custody of her stepsons and her husband? Or. Well, her and her husband got custody. Oh, okay, okay, I got you now. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. Tell you what, I wish my back had stopped hurting. 1 o'clock this morning, I was sitting in my massage chair in the living room trying not to wake Grandma up. That thing going up and down my back. Well, guys, we're already into November. December's coming. Year's almost over. Already. Let's see what kind of new things we can do in 2023 we've not been able to do in the past. I am still trying to build up the investigation fund so we can hit some of the cooler investigation sites here in the Midwest. I was actually invited to take off tonight and go with Ben and Afterlife Road to a site, but it was a little costly, let's say. So I had to turn them down for that, but hopefully this will be the last year I got to turn anybody down for an investigation. She got chalked and beat multiple times by guys she tried to be in relationships with, and one that threatened to end my life and my kids almost choked her to death. And your kids almost choked her to death. Yeah, I'm sure them teeny tiny little hands and them little 30-pound bodies can do a lot of damage to somebody, especially a grown adult. Oh, okay. The one that threatened, yeah, we know him very well. The one that threatened you and the kids choked her. Go figure. Send them to school, teach them to read. Hey, it's not my fault he don't type in exclamation points and commas and likes to type out run-on sentences and stuff that half-blind old people can't read. This is text. Yeah, but you're not half blind. I'm sitting here having to figure out what everybody's typing up there. I didn't realize until yesterday morning just how bad my right eye was. I was sitting there trying to work on that video yesterday morning. Now what? I'm in the middle of something. I ain't taking no calls. Well, I just got off a call with number 3 daughter telling me she had my glasses. Well, hopefully here real soon they'll be able to do something with mine. I've got my hands on a brand new eye doctor. So this guy does not want to wait till both eyes are affected. He wants to fix them as things are happening. So we are in the process now of trying to work out a visit where I can get mine retested and find out exactly how far advanced they are, and hopefully get some new glasses. By the grace of God, this would also mean I'll be able to drive again. Oh, the guy that threatened to kill my kids, he almost choked my ex to death. Her son's dad just got out of prison and stole her van the night we went to court and beat my ex for the keys. Hey. Wow. You know, when you sum up all the guys that she's been with, and, well, how they treat her, I bet she's really regretting getting rid of you. Hey, Tony Lee, good to see you, bud. Hope things are well over there across the pond, my friend. I seen the report in the paper, so I know the van was stolen. Yeah, it's real funny. She liked to take advantage of you and use you for everything she could get, but you're probably the most stable thing she ever had in her life. Yeah, some people do like a bit of fighty. Baby is wonderful, my friend. Baby is wonderful. Um, I guess sometime during the night, the wife's son called and left a message. He had to take mom back to the hospital again. Her blood pressure started going up. We've not heard anything yet about, how she's doing. But baby's doing just fine. Karma's biting her. What karma does. Good morning, KG. I hope you're doing good today, love. I think it's time to start drinking soda. Make it morning soda in chat. Morning, Wook. Good to see you. Hope you guys are enjoying your visiting time. I'm doing great. Had an awesome time meeting up. Oh, I did too, buddy. I did too. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Kicking back with you and KG here in the living room and just chatting. It's like I said in the video yesterday at the end. One of the nicer things about doing what we do is actually getting a chance to meet up with other content creators or even just supporters and, hanging out, spending time together, just sitting around and BSing and chatting, makes it all worthwhile. Split a bit of wood, get the stove going, getting kind of chilly in here. Yeah, I figured your temps would probably be a little bit lower, Ty. We're sitting at 58 right now. I think we're supposed to get up to 61 today. So there will be some frost on the pumpkin here real soon. Next time we should hit the Witch Grave in Ianstown. Use my ghost app. We could do that. We could do that. Silverbrook is a nice cemetery. Big cemetery. Like 10,000 graves big. It is huge. But you take care of yourself, Ty. Go get warmed up. It's raining cats and dogs here, so making it colder. Just stay warm. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you later, bud. Awesome meeting you, Drew. Had fun, a lot of laughs. Yep, it was fun, that's for sure. Gotta do it again sometime. You know, and the really cool thing is I've met so many and met up with so many other YouTubers this year. But, I mean, you know, I always get to hang up with Dan or hang out with Dan. I've hung out with Rob before. But to meet Ferris, to meet Ben with Afterlife Road, oh God, met Jan and Jay, met KG and Wook. It's been a real nice year for meeting folks. All right, Ty, sounds good, bud. About 52 degrees there. Yeah, you're just a little cooler than we are. Y'all smash that like button now, yeah. Jan and Jay are real cool to hang out with. I really enjoyed the time that I had up here with them. Though it was just a few days, and, you know, we fit a lot into those few days with Ghost-orama and everything. It was nice. It was nice. I wish it could have been longer. The really cool thing is, I mean, I shouldn't say really cool because it's kind of sad that I have to wait for such a thing. But once Grandma finally leaves us and we get the place refinanced, I'm planning on building on 2 more bedrooms. So we will, well, actually, I'm going to enlarge the size of the daughter's bedroom, and then we're going to build on a guest room. So maybe here in the future sometime, when folks do come to visit, they can just stay right here. Don't got to worry about hotel rooms. Don't got to worry about the extra cost. None of that. Be right back making hot coffee. Tell you what, you people sitting there rubbing that coffee thing in, aren't you? Just gonna rub that coffee thing in. Drew's drinking crappy espresso blonde beans, and we're getting Colombian bar coffee. Well, Drew's not drinking espresso blonde beans anymore. It's now morning soda in chat. Toss the blondes in a skillet and darken them up. Didn't want to make that much racket this morning while I was getting this room set up. Well, KG and Wookie, I hope you guys are at least had a good. I hope you guys at least get a continental breakfast there at the hotel you're staying at. You know, something more than a dried out bagel and some artificial butter. Yeah, so as soon as I got back to the room, I fell asleep. Go figure. Go figure. Back in the old days, you didn't buy roasted coffee beans. Nope, and you know it's really bad because I don't mind using coffee beans. We have a grinder, but you know, 6:30 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, I didn't want, you know, going on while people were trying to sleep. I like being able to walk. So, you know, getting beat amongst um, my legs and knees and back and stuff like that for waking folks up. Uh, nope, I just threw the beans and all right in the top of her and started her up. Much like I use that coffee pot of mine at the reenactments. I just throw a handful of beans in that sucker when I haven't got any ground coffee. Yeah, I think about nightly pre-prep. I think about it. But quite honestly, I didn't even throw enough beans in the top of this thing to even worry about grinding them up. There's only a handful of beans in there. But because they're so strong, because they're espresso beans, I think if I would have put them in the grinder last night and then thrown them in there, I think the coffee would have been 10 times worse than it is right now. Besides, I already got yelled at for using her beans. I barely left her enough to make a pitcher of coffee herself. I done already smoked them little devils, and they was wonderful. They were very good, thank you. It was quite a bit different than smoking my green haze, but they were still good. Hey Camo, good to see you, bud. Good morning. Happy Friday to you. Fix what I wanted, and the rest is going goodwill. Oh my God. Hey, at least you got some new clothes out of the trip. I did like them. I did like them. Yep, I started running low on my cigars last night, so I got them puppies out and smoked them. Saved me one green haze for this morning. So at least I got to finish off with my menthol. So I am doing good. You taking off, Tony? Yep, like I said, guys, I'm working on an investigation for tomorrow night. Hopefully, Kenny will be able to work into his schedule so we can get it done. Fingers crossed. If not, we'll get it done um, next week. We are going to try to keep going as long as we can into winter. Of course, you know, Lisa drives almost an hour to come down here. And their snow is always worse further north in the state as you go. But we're going to try to keep rolling as long as we can this winter, keeping the investigations coming. And spring thaw, really kick it into high gear. I'm back for now. We're at Newfound Gap. Cool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I actually sat down last night for a little bit and started reading the first one. Those are good books. Thank you, bud. Definitely right up my alley. But I'll be honest. Oh, I think when this is over with, I'm going to grab my phone and grab these crappy cigarettes, and I am going to go on out here and sit in my back massager, or sit on my back massager for a while. Because if my lower back gets any tighter, I'm not going to be moving around much today. As a matter of fact, I'm getting rid of this pillow right now. Don't know what happened in bed last night. I think maybe the wife was having a dream and started beating me up or something like that, because when I woke up, um, man, I'll tell you what, it felt like somebody took a paint scraper and shoved it right into my spine. That's why I was up just after 1 sitting in that massage chair. Do you see the history video of the books? I hadn't, but I'll look for it now. Oh, do I see a history video of the books? Yeah. I think it's possible to do. I think it's very possible. There's a lot of really good information in those books. Well, actually, there's enough information in those books to keep me busy for about a month. So, yeah. Favorite one is The Battlefield of the Wars. Yep, as a matter of fact, I got them sitting right here. Oh! Oh. Yeah, when Wook and KG come over the other night, these things are probably going to be backwards on the screen, and I apologize. No, they're not. They're right. Fighting Men of the War. Battlefields of the War. A lot of really good information there. So I'm going to have a lot of fun going through them. So I take it there's no continental breakfast. I'm all right, Brooke. It's just my back today. It was hurting me super early this morning. Like 1:30. Whenever it was, I was up. I was up in my massage chair. I got a back massager in my recliner, and I was up on it and went back to bed. Got back up a couple hours later, hour later, something like that, after I got done with the back massager, and it was still real tight. So, and then, like I said, I got up and I realized my coffee pot was almost empty, so I had to use the coffee thing. So I'm not getting my normal woohoo off my coffee that I normally do. So, just another day in paradise. I'm going to make breakfast when we get to my house. There you go. Much better than a continental breakfast. Much better. You know Wook will do it up right. Make sure and tell him you want hash browns with your biscuits and gravy and eggs. Going okay, potato and egg. Okay, well. It's still real tight, but it'll be all right. Like I said, when I get over this, I'll grab my phone, head out in the living room, plop myself back down my chair, turn on my back massager, and hopefully, hour or so sitting there, it'll loosen up a little bit. If I would have thought about it before the wife left, I would have had her put some of that icy hot on my lower back, let it start to work into the muscle a little bit, but I forgot. Her mornings are so busy anyway, trying to get the daughter up and ready for school, get her hair done. There's a lot of hair there. Then she has to get in the tub, get ready for work herself. Make sure to remind me to take my pills before I forget, get and do something else. Forget to. I just completely spaced it, but it's okay. I think I can reach it. Yeah, I think I can reach it. Morning, Paul. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. Laying hot water in the tub. I might give that a shot too. The only problem with me trying to lay in the tub and relax, especially when my back is hurting, is Grandma. Because if she needs something, if she needs her teacup refilled or something like that, she'll she'll start wandering through the house looking for me, and she don't remember to knock. She'll walk straight into her room. I think that old woman has caught me in my boxer briefs more than my wife has in the last 6.5 years. Because she'll just come strolling in the room. Just like when I'm in here recording. She used to knock. But now she just walks in. Are you here? It's like, damn it, now I got to start recording again. I just got home from Indiana last night. Wish I would have known. Wish I would have known, bud. I would have invited you up for a home cooked meal and all that fun stuff. I was just rearranging my grill and everything out back last night thinking, man, I haven't cooked on this thing in a month. I got to get some more grill cooking time in before winter hits. If we could get this back deck covered before winter, get the poles and the windows and the roof put on it and stuff like that, I'd cook all winter long. Oh, you were stuck at the hotel in the office. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know back when fishing was traveling around setting up the CNC machines and stuff like that, he had a little bit of time to himself when he could visit, see people, see the sights, things like that. I wasn't sure if your job was the same way or not. Man, we are down to less than a half hour already. Psh, how about that shit? Oh. Yeah, I had KG and Wookie here night before last. That was real fun. That was real fun. I've communicated with both of them on here and on Messenger for quite a while now, and actually meet them face to face, not on video, not on a screen, was really cool. It's been a very enjoyable year. Meeting other YouTubers, supporters of the channel, friends, things like that. So hopefully I'll be able to get them up here again next year for one of the Ghostoramas, and we'll have some more fun together. Especially if they make it to the one at Eaton Springs out at the City of David. You know, we have a great big fire pit out there, and all we done, when we were done investigating out there at the City of David this year, all we done was sat around the fire pit and laughed and ate and drank and had a good old time. I was just talking about that. Yep, and I mean, you guys know one of my biggest goals with this channel is to get it big enough that I can actually, start getting the donations in, start getting the pay in, where I can start doing a little bit of traveling and coming and visiting some of you at your neck of the woods, doing investigations, filming together, stuff like that. So I haven't forgot about that goal yet. Regrowing is slow. At the end of this month, this new channel will be a year old, and here we are at 655 subscribers. So next time we come up, I'll bring you some bullet rye. Ooh, a little bit of rye. That sounds fun. And of course, I've not given up on that that dream of buying, well, renting a Roku channel where we can be putting up all of our investigation videos and feature videos from other YouTubers. Um, be the only paranormal channel hosted by a YouTuber and featuring nothing but YouTubers, either as guests in our own investigations or letting them post up their own investigations. But that's not going to be anywhere in the near future because that tends to get just a little bit expensive. I know that, is it Mo Sargi? I think here on YouTube that just bought a Roku channel, and I think he's going to start putting up videos on there. So, but of course, he's a much larger investigator, so it's not just going to be him. Thank you, Brooke. I just seen that up there. Please thumbs up the host. Yes, please, thumbs me up, thumbs me up. Like I said, I'm going to try to be on tonight, guys. I am working on a guest. I just haven't heard back from them yet. I have to contact them again this morning. Find out if they were able to contact any more of their crew to help or to guest with them. That way they could keep us all entertained for the full 2 hours. And if I can't get a hold of them, I don't really know, because I had nothing else planned because I was counting on them. Because when I contacted them earlier in the week, they said, yeah, sure, we'd love to. Let me contact some other members and see who's available. So hopefully we'll have guests tonight. I am currently working on Sunday's video, which will be a video out of Pennsylvania, a story of a witch's ghost that people still interact with out there. Looks to be a very interesting story. Rumor has it she could shapeshift. She could, she was accused of being a witch because she was an old school Irish woman who used to go into the wilderness and gather herbs and stuff to make her poultices and things like that. So when she migrated to America, people automatically started calling her a witch. And rumors cropped up about her being able to shapeshift, kidnap small children in the night, things like that. So it's a good story, but I'll let you guys make your decision on it. Hey, Templar, good to see you. Happy Friday, my friend. Hope you're doing well today. never showed you guys this. When I met with Danny and Crystal last Saturday night to do the Ghostbuster thing at the Morris Performing Arts Center, Crystal brought me this little guy. Ugh. So now he sits up here. We have a large raven that don't do much. But he sits up there and looks at me. So, I mean, you know, at least I'm not in here alone anymore. I got someone to talk to. Isn't that right? Yeah, KG, I really hope you guys can both make it up next year, especially, like I said, for City of David. That one there is very interesting. Not to mention the fact that if you get in early enough, there's cabins available. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be staying in a cabin. I will not pass up one of their cabins there. They've only got, I think, 4 or 5 of them available, but I won't pass up one of the cabins. You know, if I can get back out there before Ghostorama next year, I'll grab one of the cabins up and stay there. Very comfortable little cabins. And the nice thing about it is they're right on site. So you don't got to worry about getting a hotel or a motel, leaving to drive home, nothing like that. But I hope you guys at least, you know, have some kind of plans for this weekend before the weather gets too cold. Can't wait to find out the locale of the story. Yeah, I don't remember right off the top of my head. I don't remember right off the top of my head. I glanced at it this morning, real quick. Of course, you know, you guys know I use this old crappy phone to do my videos and stuff. It's giving me that memory is full thing again, even though the memory is not full. I tried working on the video a little bit this morning. It kept shutting off the recorder because it was telling me that there was no memory available. But yet I've erased, you know, 1,000 pictures and videos and erased apps that I don't use and everything else. So I'm going to give it a respite today. I'm not going to do hardly anything on it. I'll get up tomorrow morning. It'll be back down to like 62% memory used. It does this randomly. So hopefully, Templar, hopefully next year I make it back out to Gettysburg again and we can hook up. I know there's a few folks out in Pennsylvania that are part of the family here. We got you, we got Xenia and Ellie from Zelly Grubs. They live out there about an hour away from Gettysburg. Of course, Lee lives right there in Maryland over the line. He's only 45 minutes or so away from Gettysburg. So hopefully 2023 I make it back out to Gettysburg again to do more investigations, and we'll get a chance to hook up while I'm out there and enjoy the sights and stuff. If you're not working like a Hebrew slave like you normally are. As a matter of fact, it's almost 10 o'clock here, so I would say you're on your break right now. Haven't been there for about 6 years now. It's a 2 hour, 10-minute drive. That's not bad. That's not bad. Got a lot of big plans for next year. Hopefully, I'll be able to pull at least 3/4 of them off. I'd like to get down Kentucky way next year. Possibly get Candy to come up from Alabama to hang out with us. Maybe even get Tyler and Brenna in from Iowa. Do some investigating down in Kentucky. Get back down into Tennessee. Back around my original stomping grounds. Take this metal detector that hasn't even been unboxed yet, that Santa Claus brought me last year, and do some of the old trails in between Nashville and Chattanooga, where the troops were moving from city to city during the Civil War. So I'd love to get out there, do some metal detecting, check out some of the old abandoned buildings and stuff that are out there. When we were in South Bend last Saturday night, there for the Ghostbusters in concert deal, there was a couple that came out of the theater when I was standing outside near the end, and they live in an apartment building that's hooked to the backside of the old LaSalle, which was a hotel in the 20s and 30s. And they informed me they have a lot of paranormal activity in their apartments because of the LaSalle. Now, understand that at one point in time in South Bend, Indiana, there were tunnels that went out of the bottom of the Morris Performing Arts Center and went to different locations in South Bend. One of which being the LaSalle, where a lot of your more shady individuals who came down to visit from Chicago, hint, hint, could move without being on the public streets, back and forth between LaSalle and a couple different old eateries down there and the Morris Performing Arts Center. So, but they can't get the manager of the apartment building to allow a paranormal investigation. That's where I saw a full body apparition of what looked like a drummer boy, about 12 or 13. Very cool. Very cool. We didn't experience music. We didn't experience any visible apparitions. But if you look back on our Gettysburg videos in our investigations playlist, we got some good responses. We got some very good responses, especially the second night of the investigation when it was raining. We were right there on Cemetery Hill, right on the edge of town, and we got a lot. Not to mention, Devil's Den, Little Round Top, everything we experienced the first day we were there. So it was an experience, and it's an experience that has lived with me now for 2 years, and I'm getting back there just as quick as I can. When we first rolled into town, and I got a very good grasp on where I was. I knew it was a place that was going to live with me, and it has. Hey, Mark, good to see you. Hope you're enjoying the Southwest, bud. Not, you know, not freezing to death or anything after those pictures and stuff you sent me last night. Mark and his wife went down to New Mexico and Arizona. Sent me videos and photos last night of it snowing where he was. And it's like, you left the Midwest for that? Hell, we're in the 60s here and it's snowing in the Southwest. We're pretty cool though. I got to admit, I would have never in a million years thought they were driving out through the desert. And here's pictures of snow blowing across the road. You can just see the little lines of the snow blowing across the road. Yes, snow is a four-letter word. You're right. Sadly enough, much like we were talking about earlier in the stream, on these years when the National Weather Service and the Farmer's Almanac match up exactly, those are the years you have to worry about. Um, 8 years ago was the last time it jogged up. They jogged up together. We got over 6 feet of snow. The 83, yeah, 1983 was the time before that we got over 5 feet of snow, and the year before that they jogged up was 1978, and we all remember the winter of '78. They are talking this year being comparable to the blizzard of '78. So we'll see what happens with that. 30 degrees, bird, dude, and you're in Arizona, man. Santee was in here earlier. He said when you get to where he's at, you'll be back up in the 70s. So, heading to Winslow to see if the flatbed Ford is there. I don't blame you. Don't forget, there has to be a girl in that flatbed Ford that slows down to look at you. And you just got to be standing on that corner taking it easy, bud. Horses gone, snowmobiles gone, hate snow now. Don't try to make me go down a hill on sticks. Believe it or not, people pay good money to do that too. I'll never understand it. I mean, to me, it's just as easy as walking out in front of a bus. If I'm going to try to put a stick on my feet and go down a hill, if I want to kill myself, I'll just step in front of a bus and do it. I'm not going to yeah. Definitely no sticks on my feet, that's for sure. Well, I hope you guys are having fun, Mark. This has been a long time coming vacation for you and Jess, and I really hope I hope you guys are having fun. Yep, it is that time. It's time for me to be like a fat baby and head out. Time for me to be like a tree and leave. Time for me to be like a bunch of birds and get the flock out of here. So you guys all have an enjoyable Friday. Of course, I will post something if that visitor tonight comes through. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you are. But we'll see what happens. So until you hear from me again, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. Yep, we'll see you later, KG. Take care, honey. Everybody else, have a great day. Take care. We'll catch y'all later. Have a good day, y'all.